Torture is one of the most severe violations of human rights, but what international laws exist to prevent it? The Convention Against Torture, or CAT, is a key international human rights treaty adopted by the United Nations in 1984. Its purpose is simple yet profound: to prevent, punish, and eradicate torture and cruel treatment globally. Since entering into force in 1987, it has been ratified by the vast majority of the world's nations, making it a universal standard. Article 1 of the Convention provides the legal definition of torture. It defines it as any act by which severe pain or suffering, whether physical or mental, is intentionally inflicted on a person. Crucially, for it to be torture under CAT, it must be inflicted by or with the consent of a public official or person acting in an official capacity. This is often done for specific purposes: to obtain a confession, gather information, punish, or intimidate. One of the most powerful aspects of the CAT is that the prohibition of torture is absolute. No exceptional circumstances whatsoever, whether a state of war, political instability, or public emergency, can be invoked to justify torture. Furthermore, an order from a superior officer or a public authority may not be invoked as a justification. States are required to take effective legislative, administrative, judicial, or other measures to prevent acts of torture. Article 3 establishes the principle of non-refoulement, a cornerstone of refugee protection. It forbids states from expelling, returning, or extraditing a person to another state where there are substantial grounds for believing they would be in danger of torture. States must ensure that all acts of torture are offenses under their criminal law with appropriate penalties. This includes establishing jurisdiction over these crimes, ensuring there is no safe haven for perpetrators anywhere in the world. The Convention also mandates that states keep interrogation rules and custody arrangements under systematic review. Authorities must proceed to a prompt and impartial investigation wherever there is reasonable ground to believe torture has occurred. Victims have the explicit right to complain to competent authorities and to have their case examined. And vitally, the state must ensure the complainant and witnesses are protected against all ill treatment or intimidation. Under Article 14, victims of torture have an enforceable right to fair and adequate compensation, including the means for full rehabilitation. Any statement made as a result of torture cannot be invoked as evidence in any proceedings except against the person accused of torture. The Convention also obligates states to prevent other acts of cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. While these may not meet the strict definition of torture, they are still violations of human dignity that states must prohibit. To monitor implementation, the Convention established the Committee Against Torture. This is a body of 10 independent experts who monitor implementation of the Convention by state parties. All state parties are obliged to submit regular reports to the committee on how the rights are being implemented. The committee examines these reports and addresses its concerns and recommendations to the state party. Under certain conditions, the committee may also undertake a confidential inquiry if it receives reliable information containing well-founded indications of systematic torture. There is also an optional protocol known as OPCAT, which establishes a system of regular visits to places of detention. These visits are conducted by international and national bodies to prevent torture before it happens. The impact of the Convention has been significant, providing a legal framework to hold perpetrators accountable. However, despite widespread ratification, torture continues to be reported in many parts of the world. This highlights the need for constant vigilance, strong legal safeguards, and an active civil society. Understanding the Convention Against Torture is the first step in advocating for a world free from cruelty. It reminds us that human dignity is inviolable and must be protected at all costs. Thank you for watching. Together we can support the global movement against torture.